Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, people out there around the world. Um, I'm not going to go live because I can't get online very good. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm going to just record a reading passage from the Enchanted Hour, and this will touch a lot of people because it's about autistic children and how their perception of relating to people is, how they work, so how their minds work. Okay, so I read a passage about the military organization called United Through Reading, UTR, founded in 1989 by Betty Mullenbrock. And then a couple of shared stories on that about Kevin and their son, that when he came back from deployment, the son the wife gave him a bath, got a diaper on, the kid ran out of the bathroom, down the hallway into his bedroom, got Curious George, ran back to where his dad was stretching, backed up and sat down on his lap and handed him a book. Read me the book. He couldn't talk, but he knew that his dad read to him, so he was very precious. That was really cool. Okay, this one's different. I gotta get some water. Yeah, I got some down here. Yeah, which one's lighter? This one. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, my voice is already going. I was outside doing the 6 centimeter, 50 pound sand in a 6-gallon bucket, rocket stove, thermal sand battery for Helene survivors, and anybody else around the world that's going to take advantage of it eventually. One of the issues is smoking inhalation. I've been doing a little bit too much of that out there, so I gotta watch that. All right. The same mechanism that helps children and parents in military families also helps to sustain emotional connection for kids and parents who are kept apart by incarceration. Some 2.7 million American children have a parent in prison. Nonprofits active in Delaware, Minnesota, Illinois, California, Kentucky, Vermont, Oklahoma, Texas, New York, New Hampshire, and elsewhere, including in the UK, are making it possible for thousands of inmates to record themselves reading children's books. In many cases, volunteers can send children not only the recording of a mother or father reading, but also copies of the books. That's very cool. The great-grandmother of the movement, in a manner of speaking, is Aunt Mary's Storybook, a Christian prison ministry founded in 1993 at a women's correctional facility in Cook County, Illinois. Cook County, Illinois. That was the first place that did it. The group operates in 16 jails and prisons in Illinois and inspired the creation of similar programs in Kentucky and Texas. From the womb, the children know that voice, and this is just keeping them together in the best way we can. This is a quote. From the womb, the children know that voice, and this is just keeping them together in the best way we can until they can be together, said Stewie Brown, a grandmother who's been part of the outreach in Kentucky for 2 decades. Stewie Brown's. S-T-U-I-E, not S-T-E-W-I-E. Like, what's her name? Stewart. Not Sue Bird, not Sabrina Ionescu, Stewie. Whoever Stewart is. WNBA, sorry. Said Stewie Brown, a grandmother who's been part of the outreach in Kentucky for 2 decades. These young mothers are incarcerated and something bad has happened, she told me. Now they are on video. They take such time to wash their hair and look as pretty as possible. They so desire for their children to see them. In a protocol that is typical of prison reading programs, Brown and her fellow volunteers are allowed to enter the Kentucky Correctional Facility Institute for Women outside Louisville, a few times every year. The volunteers have to undergo extensive training and vetting, and they are frisked and patted down before being admitted. The rules of engagement are strict also. The volunteers and the inmates are allowed to no more contact than a brief exchange at the start and finish of the recording session. During each day-long visit, the volunteers record the readings of about 25 mothers. The women are allowed to introduce each book with a short remark. This is Mommy. I chose this book and I love you and I miss you and I'll see you soon. Brown said by way of example. They're allowed to read picture books all the way through, but with novels, the moms usually just read the first chapter and encourage their children to keep going from there. It's hard for me to explain, but I think something huge is going on, Brown said. It's not an easy thing. I can't know these women are the children. I'm just a nobody, but it has increased my faith. I feel like my little part is that I'm keeping that mother and child connected. I get to carry books and sit in a chair and listen, she said softly, and I cry when I go home. Establishing a strong relationship with a parent or child or spouse, or with anyone else for that matter, is not a one-time event. Tempting though it may be to believe otherwise, psychology teaches that an emotional bond isn't so much an endpoint as a state of being that we have the power to neglect or enhance. Sitting together, reading together, focusing on the same story, these are intimate acts that bind us together, bind us closer to one another. If a relationship is troubled, or if illness or disability or adolescence makes talking awkward, if conversation feels too much like pressure, a shared book can lift everyone up and out of the situation, spanning the difficulty like a bridge. Okay, so that's where I'm going to end that one. Not tonight, but that section is over. We're going to a different section now. A specific example of a similar but different situation. Okay, so. And just I'm going to say on that I had a thought to, when I first read this book, I should read to my grandchildren. I've got about 22 grandchildren, and they're different ages. Some of them are grown. Some of them I wrote to when they were kids. More my children than my grandchildren. I didn't really have a chance to read to my grandchildren a lot, but I want to do that now. And the fact that you could do it in the military and record it, and they can listen to it later, and the fact that they can do it in prisons and record it, and they can listen to it later, tells me that, yeah, if I record some readings, my grandchildren can listen to them. Hopefully they'll listen to them someday. The older ones, especially the ones that are, kind of distanced from, shall we say, separated from. The younger ones, they don't know. Some of them don't know me. I don't recognize them sometimes. They don't recognize me. They don't know who I am, which is kind of sad. But I thank God for everything. I'm just continually trying to be grateful for everything. It's better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. And just get that into your head. That is such a heavy, heavy, heavy truth. And I know it's an old saying. It's not it was like Socrates or somebody like that said that. I don't know, Socrates, Plato, I don't know which one. Look it up. Do your own, bring your own research. BYOR, bring your own research to the party. So, point is this, that, if I read Chronicles of Narnia or something to my children and my grandchildren, they'll listen to it someday. Maybe it'll build a bridge. That's a bridge. So this is the point here. A shared book can lift everyone up and out of the situation, spanning the difficulty like a bridge. Yeah, conversation feels too much like pressure because they've been separated from me because of their parents, distance. And the Lord spoke to me one time. I was on a farm and I was on the porch, and it could have been out loud. It could have been, out loud. I mean, there could have been a voice of a trumpet. It was just in my mind, but just very gentle. But it said, I am distancing you from your family so that you can do the work that I have given you to do. And my response to that was, I just smiled the sweetest smile. And I said, I love you, I love you, I love you. So 3 times I said that, just because that was on my heart, It was such a reassuring, calming, and I never had any, up until that point in time, I was like dying. It was killing me. It turned my heart up, to be separated from my grandchildren for so long. It was a week or 2, 3, 4 weeks at that point in time. I don't know. I was bouncing back between 2 farms. Anyway, neither here nor there, but my point is that it was a very calming, very peaceful, and just took the pain away out of my heart right at that moment when I heard those words. So, but a bridge, could be built. So that's what we're talking about here. So next I'm going to, I don't know if I can read this next part. How long is it? I only made about a page and a half, if that. Hold on. Yeah. Maybe about 2 pages. I think I'll save this for next time. This is about autistic children. Boy, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a good one. Okay? So, how autistic children hear and how they process information, and are they listening when they're not, when you don't think they're listening? Are they still listening? Yes, they're still listening. Okay, I'll sum it up. No. Okay. All right. Well, that's good for tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna read Chronicles tonight or not, because my voice won't last very long. Yeah. All right. Well, we got that one down. I'll upload this one, and then maybe a little bit later I'll do it. No, I won't. I'm wussing out. Sorry. All right. God bless. I just, it's such a blessing. So many things, good things are going on. Look at the bright side. Look at all the positives. I want you to listen to, look up and listen to, I'll try to put the link on here, but TJ, Bear Nation, Bear Independent Refuge Medical, they went out to North Carolina right off the bat. He had people out there on the ground within a day or two of the thing happening, and then he got out there and they moved tons and tons of debris and helped people and delivered stuff. Yeah, for quite a while, I don't know if they're still out there, but he said, we are the Amazon of the Hill people. You call us, we'll deliver whatever you need. We'll find it and deliver it to you. And there are like hundreds, maybe thousands every day, just answered prayer down to the second, and it's just such a blessing to see that happening, and knowing that God is really working out there and helping people stay alive and giving them hope. And the thing that I think Americans have learned through the whole thing is that Big Brother's not going to help you. Big Brother is a problem. Big Brother is the one that's causing these situations, fires and tornadoes and whatever. So you can take that with a grain of salt, but do your own BYOR, bring your own research. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, miracles happen every day, and I'm telling you that's encouraging. It's heartening, and it's amazing. I watched one video out in LA where this lady went into a tunnel trying to get home. She went into there wasn't too much fire on this side of the tunnel, but on the other side of the tunnel, it was like she'd driven into hell, I was like, why did she do that? But she's trying to get home to her, help some horses stay alive, get them out of the stable they were trapped in. And she knew that, and she was able to do it, so that was amazing. But, it was like Daniel and it reminded me of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Or as you should say, Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. Those are the actual Hebrew names. So, but, they were thrown in the fiery furnace because they would not bow down to worship the idol, the golden idol. And, they didn't die. My question is, were they safer inside the furnace or outside the furnace, bowing down to the idol? They were safer inside the furnace than they were outside. So, Father can protect us wherever we're at, no matter what we're doing. And that's what I'm trusting in, that He's going to protect me if I go out there. If it happens, I'm not sure it's going to happen because, financing not coming through right away. Like it's supposed to be the 18th of last month. Anyway, it'll happen if it happens. If God's will, it'll happen. But the stove, I'm pursuing it. I'm going to make this 6 centimeter one work, and then I got a 6 inch one to pay for and pick up anytime I can get up there with the money. So, and that one is going to be awesome. That's going to be, a lot of it's going to be heavy gauge, 22 gauge steel, stainless steel, 304, high temperature resistant. It'll last quite a while. It may melt down or collapse or whatever eventually, but take it a while. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited about that, because this is something that can help hundreds of thousands, millions of people around the world. And I'd like to see 100 of them built, and then at the 100th one, I figure it'll go on God's internet. The 100 monkey story. Look that up. If I can get 100 of them done, or close to 100 of them done, then it'll be uploaded to God's cloud storage, and everybody in the world will know how to do it instinctively. Oh wow! Boom, boom, boom. Communication will be instantaneous. I believe that's going to happen. So, and water is God's storage system, because water is intelligent. It has communication. It has. Look up. Do your own research on this one. Veda Austin, VEDA Austin, AUSTIN, like Austin, Texas. Look that up. Look her up. New Zealand. Amazing. I'm not going to start on the story because it'll take me too long to tell it. Too many bunny trails, but Look her up. She's did 40,000, maybe 50,000 photographs of water, frozen water by now. Pictures. You can watch a movie and it'll hear the information. Batman, the first night, Dark Knight, yeah. Or someone was watching that, and when they froze a picture, just sitting by the couch, it showed a Batman figure, ears on cloaks on the face, It'll take pictures of fish in your aquarium. It's just amazing what it can do. Record your conversation. It'll do words. So, free frozen words. Anyway, I'm not gonna. My voice is going. So, all right. Yeah, bless everybody. Bye bye. Just amazing. So, hallelujah. And pray and get a plaque. Put it by your door. I had one. I gave it to my daughter. She lives in Swannanoa, North Carolina. I want to get out there to help people and to see her, But get a plaque of Psalm 91. Put it by your door, your front door. I had it there and I gave it to her. Hope they have it up. And put one in your car. Pray that prayer. Pray that psalm, and memorize it. Right. God bless. Bye bye.